Good morning again, everyone. It's day 3 of the Advent calendar, so it's third coffee. And today's coffee from Guatemala. I can't say that. Quetzaltenango. Oh, this one's stronger. 3.5 out of 5. We'll see how this goes. Could be fiery. So here we are then, day 3, 3 cars. It's sort of intentional. It's not going to happen for every day. It won't be relevant numbers and things all the time, but 3 cars for day 3. And this Guatemalan unpronounceable coffee, which is strong apparently. Let's have a go. That's really rich. That would be a perfect coffee to have after a meal. Nice and, dark, strong. Clears the palate nicely. Excellent. So the 3 cars. Well, today we are talking about Carrera's own Capri RS 3100. I like these cars. This car's quite important to me. It has a number 3 on it. It's predominantly green. Mrs. Slotar loves a green car, and she bought me this car on our 3rd wedding anniversary because it had a 3 on it. And I put it on the track and I drove it around, and it was an awful lot of fun. Carrera cars can be a bit hit and miss on the handling. These ones, even straight out the box with their standard tyres on, are pretty good. I mean, I had them with the magnets in to start with, and then when I took the magnets out, again, I quite enjoyed them. They sit well on the track without really too much fiddling about. They're quite predictable in the corners. I did put these polyurethane tyres on it, and sort of, I suppose it improved the lap time, but it took some of the fun out of the handling. You have to be more precise. You can't just be quite the hooligan with it that maybe I once was. The other great thing about these cars is I tend to give them to people when they come round the first time, because they're Carrera cars. I mean, they're sort of bulletproof, really. And there's 3 of them. So if you get a couple of people round, they're all identical. They all perform the same. They've all done quite a lot of laps, so they're all run in the same. And it's a good introduction. It's like, okay, so here's a slot car. You haven't played slot cars for a long time. You can bash this one up. I mean, they don't have silly big back wings on them or beyond the mirrors coming off, and that one has lost its glass because that has been off the track a few times with some new people to slot cars. But they, and this one's a bit scuffed now, but they're bulletproof. So, you can give them to people, they can have a go, they can crash them. It really doesn't matter. They're not going to break them. They can have a lot of fun. And once they've got the hang of that, and you feel a bit more confident with them, then you can hand them, I don't know, a revo slot or a sideways or a slot it or something. But for a kind of fresh out of the box, it'll handle fairly well. You can give it to a beginner. They'll have fun with it. I think these are probably some of the best cars Carrera have made for that very purpose. They're great, and if you haven't got one, see if you can find one. I really do recommend them. They are a great, great car to start. So I'm going to finish a bit more of this coffee. Yeah, that's lovely. And again, unfortunately, it's that time. It's time for Mrs. Slotar's Christmas joke. Brace yourselves, it's going to be bad. Who is never hungry at Christmas? The turkey. He's always stuffed. Oh, really? Really?